ReefDVMs coming at you today from the farming and homesteading and family side of things, and we're talking ice studs for safety with the draft horses. You know, most of the time the big hoof draft horses do really well in the winter out here, but occasionally you run into ice storms. We just had one, rained a couple inches, and just really dumped a lot of water onto the snow, and it's made some safety risks. So we ordered up some ice studs. I'm going to grab the easy boots. Now you can use the Cavallas or whatever boot that you probably have that's got a thick rubber bottom sole. And we're going to throw these on for probably no more than about a week. These are the size 7s. They work really well with our draft horses, especially our big Percherons. All you need is an electric drill, 3/16" drill bit, of course the studs, and the applicator tool. These work really nice because you can basically throw these studs into the boots, and since these aren't the drill all the way through bolt-on versions, you can take them out if you need to. And we don't use boots all the time here on the farm, basically only just at times of need of safety. Occasionally we're on some really rough surfaces where we'll put the boots on them, and in this case, when you got a week long time where there's going to be no more snow, and the snow that's there has all become solid ice pack, about an inch to inch and a half thick, where salt just sinks right into it and doesn't really give you any added traction. It's best to give the horses some help. And we find that having pairs of easy boots around really helps these big girls get around. They're really easy to do. As you saw, I just punch a hole in this. Oh, not even all the way through, maybe about 1/8 of an inch deep. And then I take my impact gun, I stick the applicator tool in it, and I just screw them in. As you can see, there's nothing on the inside, which is what I like. There are some studs where you drill all the way through your boot, and you put like a threaded rod through with a flat plate on the back side, and then you put a nut on the front side. I've never liked those as well. I'm always worried that if they ever punch through or the bolt comes loose, it's going to start pushing up into their hoof, especially if they're wearing them for a few days out there on the ice and they're putting, 400 or 500 pounds of leg weight down on them. So for me, these are the way to go. Yes, I understand if you have one that really paws or, really digs on the hard ice or something, you can lose a stud. But to me, it's worth it for the horse's safety. When you're out here on the farm and the homestead and you run into inclement weather, such as a nasty ice storm, and you don't have snow coming for a week or two, these things are just great. You just stick them in. They can come out, by the way. The boot does not wreck if you take them out. But again, I'm going to screw these in, and we're going to put them on the big Percherons here for probably 5 to 7 days until we get some fresh snow back that'll kind of bond into that 1.5 thick ice layer that's out there in the pastures and the paddocks. So really the best thing we can do is just give them a little bit more support, don't have those slips and trips, and it's a little safer for the horses. I know that there's some people that would just keep their horses in during times like this. That's certainly also an option. The big drafts don't do as well in the barns in the winter. I think with their size and added moisture that they put out, unless you've got really fantastic ventilation, I'm always worried about upper respiratories with those guys. So they're used to being out. They like being out. This just gives them the ability to be out more safely. Now, on these easy boots size 7, the manufacturer recommends 4. I like to put 6, as you can see. I like to have those couple extra in case they ever, yank one out. That I know they're still always got 4 or 5 in there. And as you see, they go in relatively quick within minutes, 2 or 3 minutes, and I've got all the studs in the boots, and they're ready to go out and get on the horses. So let's take them out. You pick up your horse's hoof. I don't know what your turf's like, but we warmed up the horses by bringing them into the heated barn here, and as you can see, they've got some sand in there. We just knock all that out, make sure there's no snow, no ice in there, and we put on our easy boots. These boots, if we use these things probably once to twice a month for, a mile ride or something like that, depending upon the rough terrain that we're on occasion, they'll probably only last a year to a year and a half. But again, right now we don't have shoes on these horses, and we only on occasion go out on tough stuff. So getting these guys, protected just for those short times, a pair of easy boots like this, not tough. We have these for all 4 feet. They go on pretty easy. I mean, a little bit of a shimmy shake, and then you let the horse kind of step into them, pull up the little back strap a little bit, and then take it off, and then lock down the front. Have we had an easy boot come off? Oh yes, every now and then you'll get one of these girls that'll go out there and canter around and take her back hoof with an easy boot on and knock off the front easy boot. But you just go back out there, pick them up, and put them back on. But very seldom do they do that. And it's got to do with how tight you put them. So you can see here, she's going to put it in too loose of a spot, and then she's going to put it one more up, and we're going to get it tighter. It's the point that she can't even press it with her finger, so she can use her boot and lock that down. That's the best way to get these easy boots on. And again, they work great. She'll put a couple more here on the back, and we'll give this girl solid traction. This is Jewel. She's our 20-year-old. Again, a little bit older, a little bit stiffer when it's cold out. But, you give her four-wheel drive traction out there on this hard, icy snow for a good week. And, it's a good thing to do for your horses. So here on the farm, homestead, we as family take care of our family. And that even means giving some safety sometimes to the horses. It's a little bit more of a pain, I agree, to, have these on for a week. But check them daily, make sure they're staying on, and make sure those horses are getting around safe out there on the ice. Thanks for watching, folks. Please like or subscribe and support our channel. We'll keep putting out great videos like this.